What would have happened if the Black Death had not hit Europe? The Black Death was one of the most devastating pandemics in history, wiping out nearly a third of the European population in the 14th century. But what would have happened if this event had not taken place? In this video, we explore 3 possible scenarios of how history would have changed if the Black Death had not hit Europe. The first and most likely scenario would be accelerated population growth. Without the devastation of the Black Death, Europe would have maintained continuous population growth throughout the 14th century. This would have put greater pressure on agricultural resources and the feudal system, possibly causing more intense famines and greater social inequality. In this context, conflicts between peasants and nobles would have intensified, but without the social collapse brought about by the plague, medieval structures would probably have persisted longer. The transformation towards a more modern economy may have been delayed, slowing the transition towards the Renaissance and early capitalism. Before continuing, if you enjoy this review, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. This way you won't miss any of our videos about alternative history. Thank you for your support and for being part of this community. In scenario number 2, the Black Death would not have wiped out so many people, but it would not have acted as a catalyst for social and technological change either. Without the massive population reduction, there would have been no release of resources for the working classes nor an increase in wages due to labor shortages. This could have slowed the advancement of education and science, delaying the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. The influence of institutions such as the Catholic Church would have been stronger and longer lasting, limiting the emergence of humanist currents and reformist ideas. In the third and least likely scenario, we are presented with a completely different Europe. In this version, the absence of the Black Death triggers an environmental and social collapse due to the depletion of resources by an excessively large population. Lack of space and food leads to more frequent wars, mass migrations, and the decline of large medieval cities. Instead of a Renaissance Europe, we might have seen a continent trapped in a protracted crisis, unable to advance technologically and subject to internal conflicts that would have weakened it in the face of emerging powers such as Islamic or Asian empires. Conclusion: if the Black Death had not struck Europe, our current reality would be very different. Cultural and technological advances may have been delayed, affecting the pace of globalization and scientific development. On the other hand, early population growth would have complicated the formation of modern nations, giving rise to a much more fragmented and less stable political map than the current one. What do you think? Which of these scenarios do you think would be most likely? Or do you have any other ideas about how the story would have changed? Leave us your opinion in the comments. We would love to read it and discuss it with you. In our next video, we'll tackle another interesting question. What would have happened if Kennedy had not been assassinated? Don't miss it!